Jai Mata Ki Jai, Mahamaya Mata Ki Jai. In our last discourse, we heard about the demise of Tamara and Chiksura, two of the generals of Mahishasura. We'll go on to chapter 15 now. Vedavyasa said, O king, hearing the demons slain by the Devi, Mahasura became very much amazed and sent the powerful Asiloma and Vidalaska and the other demons to the battle to kill the Devi. The demons, all very skilled in the art of warfare, marched for battle, fully equipped with weapons and clad in armor, and well attended by a vast army. They arrived there and saw the Divine Mother with 18 hands taking her stand on a lion with axes and shields in her hands. The calm-tempered Asiloma appeared before the Devi, ready to kill the demons, and saluted her, and smiling said, O Devi, why have you come here? And what for are you killing these faultless demons, O beautiful one? Tell all these to me truly. We will make treaty with you. Take gold, jewels, pearls, and any other excellent things that you like, and retire from the field as early as possible. Why do you like this warfare, tending to increase misery? The wise persons say that it leads to the destruction of all happiness. Your body is very delicate. It cannot bear the stroke of flowers even. Then why are you suffering the strokes of weapons on your bodies? I am very much puzzled to think of these things. See, the cleverness is judged when peace is the result thereof, for it leads always to happiness. Then why are you liking again and pain and suffering? Happiness is only to be had, and pain is to be avoided. This is the rule. O Devi, that happiness is again of two kinds, permanent and transitory. The pleasure that comes out of the knowledge of Atma is permanent, and that which is derived from the enjoyments is transitory. These who know truly the Veda Sastras, they avoid this transitory pleasures of enjoyment. If you follow the opinion of the Mimamsakas and do not believe in the existence of future births, even then you ought not to fight. When you've got this youthful age, you ought to enjoy the excellent pleasures in this world, O one of lean stomach. This fully developed womanhood is transient. Knowing this, do virtuous actions always. The wise ones always avoid tormenting others. Thus one ought to perform things not contradictory to Dharma, Artha, or Kama. Therefore, auspicious one, do also things virtuous always, O mother. Why are you killing these demons without any cause? There is again the feeling of mercy that lives again of all are dependent on truth. Therefore the sages always preserve piety, mercy, and truth, O beautiful one. Then what is the use in you killing these demons? Please say explicitly on this point. The Devi said, O powerful one, hear why I've come here and why I'm killing the demons. I answer your questions on the above points. O demon, I, though merely a spectator, always go afoot all over the world, seeing the justices and injustices done by several souls there. Never I possess any desire of enjoyment, nor have I greed for anything, nor have I enmity with any creature. Only to preserve the virtue and religion and to keep up the righteousness, I roam over the worlds. This is my vow, and I always adhere to it. To preserve the good and to put down the evildoers is my duty. Many avatars are to take their incarnations cycle after cycle to preserve the Vedas. Therefore I incarnate myself in yuga after yuga. Now the wicked Mahisa is ready to destroy the Devis. Seeing this, I have come here to kill him. I tell you verily that I will slay that vicious, powerful Mahisa, the enemy of the gods. Knowing this, you remain or depart as you desire. Or you can go to Mahisa, that impious son of a she-buffalo, and say, what is the use in sending other demons to the battle? He can come himself and fight. If your king likes to make a treaty, then let him avoid his enmity with the Devas and go down to Patala. Let him return to the Devas whatever he has taken perforce from them, and go to the Patala where Prahlada is residing. Hearing thus the Devi's words, Asalama asked gladly the powerful Asura, Vidalakya. Well, Vidalakya, you have heard just now, all what the Devi has said. Now, are we to observe treaty or declare war? What are we to do under these circumstances? Vidalakya said, O king, our king knows full well that his death will certainly take place in this battle. Knowing this, he is not willing to make peace out of his egoism and vanity. He is seeing before him daily the deaths of demons, and still he has sent us to battle. Who can overcome the destiny? The duty of a servant like us is a very difficult one. He will have to be always submissive and obedient, without caring the least for his own self-respect. Just as the dancing dolls are completely under the hand of the actors, and their movements vary according to the pulling of the wires employed in making them dance. How can we then go to our master and say such hard words as he would give away to the Devas all the gems and jewels that he has stolen from them, and go down to Patala with the other demons? One considers it's one's duty to speak pleasant words, though untrue. True words cannot be beneficial at this time. True and at the same time beneficial words are very rare in this world. At such critical cases, one ought to remain silent. Especially heroes ought never to excite their king by useless words. This is the essence of politics. We should never go and advise our king with eagerness that is best, or to ask advice from him about such things. The king would then certainly become angry. Therefore, we ought to do our duties to the king, even if our lives be at stake. To consider our lives as nothing and to fight for our king are what is best for us. Thus thinking, the two heroes then wore their coats of armor, mounted on their chariots, and with bows and arrows in their hands became ready for fight. First Vidalakya shot 7 arrows. The great warrior Asaloma stood aloof at a distance as a mere witness. The Divine Mother cut out those arrows to pieces with her arrows. No sooner they reached her, and then shot at Vidalakya 3 arrows sharpened on stone. The demon fell senseless by these arrows on the battlefield, and after a short while died as if ordained by fate. Seeing Vidalakya thus dead, Asiloma took up his bows and arrows and came up for fight. The hero then, raising his left hand, said briefly thus, O Devi, I know that death is inevitable to the demons. Still I am ready to fight, for I am dependent, and Mahisa is of very dull intellect. He cannot make any distinction between what is really good and what is merely pleasant. I will never speak before him unpleasant words, though beneficial. Rather, I will sacrifice my life in the battlefield than advise him anything, be that auspicious or inauspicious. The demons are being killed no sooner they are shot at by your arrows. Seeing this, I consider fate superior to all. Powers does not lead to any success. Fie on one's powers. Thus saying, the demon began to shower arrows after arrows on the Devi. The Devi too cut them to pieces with her own arrows before they came to her, and becoming angry, soon pierced him with arrows. The Devas witnessed this sight from above. The body of the demon was then covered with cuts and wounds. Blood began to flow from them. The demon consequently began to shine like the jovial Kisuka tree. Asiloma then lifted aloft his heavy iron club and ran after Chandika and hurt the lion on his head with anger. Not caring at all this severe stroke of the club inflicted on that by that powerful demon. The lion tore asunder his arms with his claws. Then that dreadful demon leapt with club in his hand and got up on the shoulder of the lion and hit the Devi very hard. O king, the Devi then baffled the hit and cut off the demon's head with her sharp axe. The head then being severed, the demon was thrown on the ground with great force. Seeing this, a general cry of distress arose among his soldiers. The Deva shouted aloud victory to the Devi and chanted hymns to her. The drums of the Devis resounded, and the Gandharvas began to dance in great joy. Seeing the two demons thus lying dead on the battlefield, the lion killed some of the remaining forces by his sheer strength and ate up others, and made the battlefield void of any persons. Some fled away in great distress to Mahishura. The fugitives began to cry out loud, save us, King. Asaloma and Vidalaksa are both slain, and those soldiers that remained were eaten up by the lion. Thus they told, and plunged the king in an ocean of dire distress. Hearing their words, Mahisa became absent-minded through pain and grief, and began to think over the matter with great anxiety. Here ends the 15th chapter of the 5th book on the slaying of Vidalaska and Asiloma in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, the Mahapurana of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.